Good morning. I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this morning I am here to show you some new product. How exciting is that? So Stampin' Up! Has released their new annual catalog. And so today I'm going to make this coneflower card. I didn't realize how big that coneflower was, so that was an interesting thing for me. So I'm going to use Coneflower Celebrations, which is a bundle, so it does come with the dies. And then I am going to use the Elements of Text, one of my favorites. This, I believe, is an online. I'm pretty sure it is. It's an online product, and it's not, there are no dies with it. It's just a stamp set. And let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me grab my tray here. And in this tray, I have to start with, we're going to start with a, this is the inside of my card. And I always put a couple of layers, inside my card in order to write your note on. And so this is just a basic white cut at 5 by 3 3/4. And this is Early Espresso, and it's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So that's my inside of my card. Now, if you wanted to, you could stamp something in here. You could put some edges in here. I don't know. You can put all kinds of things in here. You could put a greeting in here. I usually leave mine blank, and I don't glue mine into my card because when I get ready to start writing, I want a nice flat surface to write on. And if I blow it, I can always go back and toss it out, and I don't have to toss out the whole card. So this is my card base, and it's crumb cake, 8.5 by 5 1/2, just a simple card. And then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 that I am going to put on the front, and it's Early Espresso. So we'll just go ahead and attach that because we're not putting, if you're putting ribbons around or something, always make sure you put your ribbons on before. If you're doing ribbons and stuff like that, you're going to want to wait to attach this layer, and you'll want to work on this layer and then wrap your ribbons and then attach it. But we're not doing any ribbons that are going around the card today. Okay, so my first stamping is going to be using the text from the Elements of Text, and I have crumb cake here. And I have this stamp. There is a bigger stamp, but I decided that I wanted to do it 4 times. And let's get that out of the way. And then that way it would cover this really well. So I'm going to stamp it at the top, stamp it down here, over here, and right there. I could have come over a little further, closer together, but that's okay. Okay, let's set that aside so we don't get ink everywhere. All right, now I'm going to take my crumb cake, and I have a blending brush here, and I am just going to do the edges of this, just to kind of tie it together. It is kind of an antiquing look style, and I have gone kind of with natural colors, so I just wanted to stay with that theme and give it a little bit of darkness. It also helps it blend because we're going from a stark white to a very dark color. So it helps it bring the two colors together. So we'll go ahead and attach that to the front of my card. And I am using my favorite adhesive, my Stampin' Seal. I go between this and green glue. I really like the Stampin' Seal. It's great because you can remove it. So if I get this on here crooked, in the first couple of minutes, I can remove it. You don't have to huff on it, but you can remove it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our flower. Now, like I said, this flower is really big, but you can get it all on a 5 1/4 by 4, which is 1/4 of a sheet of paper, or 5 1/2. I think it will fit on a 5 1/4. Okay, and let's put this away because we're done with that for now. And let's see, I want with Tuxedo Black Memento Pad, and I'm going to put this way, even though when I cut it, my die is double this size, so it's here plus here. But if I do this way, I can easily get all of my parts on here. So I'll do my stem next. Now, I don't know that I could cut them all at once. Probably if I did this right, huh? If I do my stem across there, oops, I shouldn't see that. I just stamped a stem. And then 2 leaves. Everything is sticking all of a sudden. Okay, so we have 2 leaves, and you could die cut these all together. No, you can't, because that coneflower, if I'd flip the coneflower around the other way, you could. Because this coneflower, the die, let me show you that die. It is double big. So you see this die right here? This is the coneflower. And so when I put it on here, you see what's happening? It's going to go up my paper like that. So keep that in mind when you're stamping. Now, if I had flipped it around the other way, I could cut all of these at the same time, run them all through the die cut machine at the same time, put their dies on there and go. I'll have to remember that next time. I thought I was saving room, but this piece is so big that it's not going to be a problem. And so let's get, oops, we did that flower. Let's get this one. So we're just going to do this one. Now, I am not going to color this completely, but I do want to show you what I used and how I did this. So let's set this aside before I put my hand in it. Okay, so these are the colors that I used. These are the naturals, is that what I believe they're called, and these 3. Now, they have names for them and everything, but they also have a number. If you look on here, so it says SU 600. So that's what I have gone with, is for the labeling. But if you look in the catalog, it will tell you which is which. So I've used 1, 2, and 6, and then I have Old Olive, light and dark, and crumb cake. So for this flower, that's the tricky part of how I colored that flower. So I will show you on that. So let's turn it around. So I started with my crumb cake light, and I'm just going to give it some color right up here at the top. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to come back and real quick, while it's still wet, I am going to put some of the 600 up here at the top. And then while that's still wet, I'm going to come back with my crumb cake, and I am going to blend those 2 colors together. If I use the other end now, I feel like I'm scrubbing them. Okay. And then I just went ahead and colored the rest of this and just kind of went where the lines are and just, nothing real structured, just like that. Now for the bottom part, I did the same thing. I did the crumb cake, then a little bit of the 600, just a little, and then just blend it out. Okay. So we've got a leaf, oops, let's leave these lids off. So we've got one here, and this one's going to come all the way down. Then I'm going to go with my little bit there, and then just blend it in. Okay, so I still have that same look at the bottom of these that I have at the top. I don't know if I remembered to do that on the one that I was going to put on the card. Okay, so once I've done my coloring, then I will go and die cut that. As far as the leaves go, it's just the same thing we always do. The leaves are, whoops, wrong lid. The leaves are colored with the Old Olive, and the stem is as well. So for the stem, I just colored this area in here with the dark. And then just colored the other side with the light. And so Old Olive is good, a little curly. Just like that. And then your die lays on that. Now, when you stamp it, you want to make sure that it is curved just like your die. So I took my die and I laid it on one side of this, and then I laid my stamp on the other side, so that when I got ready to cut, after stamping, when I got ready to cut, the die was the same arch. So I wasn't going the opposite direction, or I wasn't perfectly straight. Okay, so, all right. So once I cut, I cut the cone. I mean, the cone part. So I started on my cone with the 200, and I colored the entire cone area. Just like that, roughly. Okay. And then I came in and I just went on my edges here with a starker. I wanted to give it some depth. Oops, I went a little too much on that one. Just like that. And that just gives it a little bit of depth. If need be, you can go back and color this center in again. And there we go. Just like that. Boom, your flower is done. Okay, so it's not hard to do. It's just blending colors together. And so I have a little bit of that orange color in there, but not a whole lot. It's mostly a white coneflower. Okay, so through the magic of video, mine is already cut. So here is my coneflower. Yeah, I'm right. I didn't do the bottom part. Let's just do that real quick. Oh, I missed that bottom part altogether, didn't I? Let me just grab that. Let's put a little moisture in there. I'm going to go a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, and maybe a little under here. I don't want too much of it. I just want a little bit to show there. So, okay, I just wanted that little bit of orange in there. I put my lids on the wrong ones. And somehow they didn't want to snap on there. And I know they're all the same. Okay, now let's put our flower together. And I have a question for you. I'm going to try something. So I colored this. Oh, this is our new basic beige ribbon. And look at that little teeny tiny bow I can tie with that. It is such a soft and delicate ribbon that I could tie that tiny bow. But I'm going to try something. I have colored it with crumb cake. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to put Wink of Stella on it. And we're going to let it sit and see what happens. If the Wink of Stella even shows when we're done. Right now it's showing. Just on that side. I'm going to do both sides. And we'll just add that on and then we'll see. I did not put a bow on mine or a knot or anything just because it didn't look right, but it needs something. To me, it feels like it needs something. So I tied this little knot and I thought maybe there, or is that too much with the leaves? Tell me what you guys think. Knot or no knot? Kind of like it when I see it on screen. Maybe if I just get it right up there. Let's put our leaves a little bit lower this time. Okay, and this time I'm changing my greeting. So I've cut a circle with the Stylish Shape Dies. And this is something new that I want to show you. These are called More Messages. And there is a stamp set that goes with it. I did not pull out my stamp set because I was not using it. But when you cut, it's a die, and it cuts all these shapes. I am going to go to Dollar Tree when I finish here this afternoon, and I am going to go buy, there's a little case that I saw over there when I was there yesterday and didn't buy, to put all of these little tags in. It's just a little case with a handle, and I thought that would be absolutely perfect because what I want to do is I want to cut a whole bunch of them and stick them in there, and then whenever I want a greeting tag, I will have tons of greeting tags because this is, I think I cut this one twice. I think this is twice. And there's just a ton of greeting tags in here. So I thought, and it's got dividers. I'll show it to you next week when after I get it. Okay, so I have my circle that I cut, and I have my greeting here, and I'm just going to put a little adhesive on it and put that on my circle. I'm going to make this one a thank you card. This one says it's your day, so it could be a birthday card. It could be who knows what. And this little thank you is in the stamp set. So let's get our flower put together here. All right, so my flower is going to come, my stem is going to come from this direction, and it's going to get glued on, but I'm almost feeling like I want to put my flower on. I'm going to put my flower on, and I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. I'm going to kind of do this backwards compared to what I would normally do. So let me grab some dimensionals, because I want those leaves in the right place. So I'm not going to put a dimensional up the center. I'll put one here, I'll put one there, and there, but that leaves that center area open so I can put my stem in afterwards. Let's take those off. Guys, I have so many classes going on right now. I have 10 classes in these next 3 weeks. Starting yesterday, I have 10 classes lined up. So just all different things. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. Oh, I already have that stuck in there, don't I? I'm going to put this on just right there. Okay. Then I am going to put my leaves on. And this leaf is going to go under here. This is hard. Okay, this leaf is going to go under here. So, you know what? I just will put it on there. I'm just going to do it. Be brave. So I'm going to put some glue on here, maybe, and tuck that underneath there. And the other one I want to put on top. I wonder if there's my other one. I think I want to put this one on top of the stem. So it looks like it's coming out from this way. All of a sudden I thought, did I put my flower, my leaves go in the right direction? Are they upside down? Okay, now we're going to put this in there now. So I will stick that on. Oops. Okay, that's all right. Put some glue on here. That one's going on top anyway, so we can put that on afterwards. Put that through there. Oh, Debbie, come on. You can do this. Hey, I did something yesterday and I did it all wrong every time I did it. And I told the girls, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to do it all wrong, right? You're supposed to know what I'm doing. I made it. Okay, and then we're going to add some dimensionals on the back of our greeting here. We just need one. Oh, I like that. Okay, liking it. Okay, my bling, my shimmer has dried. My Wink of Stella has dried. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's shimmery. I'm going to tie my bow. Let's put a little bow on there. Let's hope I got enough. Let's go down a little further. Okay. I should have measured it, huh? It's probably about 9 inches. And it doesn't have to be a big bow. That's a nice thing about it. Okay, good. Yeah, I could have colored a little bit more, but that's okay. It's like right on the line, so it's perfect. Okay. And I think that could go there. What do you guys think? Give me some input here. Yes? No? on the bow. Oh, I forgot to sponge my edge here. Okay, can we do that still? Yes, we can. Okay, so guys, look, we will take a piece of paper and just put it underneath there. I just wanted to take some of that whiteness out of it. We'll do it on the other side as well. And this brush hasn't got much color left in it. It's just, there we go. Just so it's not quite so white. Okay, we're going to go with the bow. All right, let's get a little ribbon here. A glue dot. And there it is. Easy peasy, guys. Once you've done your cutting. Now this stamp set, this die set, will also cut the coneflower with the texture. I haven't played with it. It just arrived yesterday. I was gone all day, got home last night, had some things I had to finish up last night, and didn't even start playing with this until this morning. So keep in mind, you will see more of it. It's a cute set bundle. So you'll find all these instructions for this, all the measurements and all the colors I used and everything on my blog at stampwithdeb.com. Just give me an hour, 2 hours maybe to get it on there, depending upon how cooperative the internet is with me. And I thank you for joining me. I will see you next Wednesday at Wake Up Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And till then, you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.